Diddy will be sued. And I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days. So,
breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as...
Get ready to dive into a tale so audacious, so mind-blowing, you won't be able to tear your eyes away. Imagine this. Sean Diddy CS, once an indomitable titan of the music world, a man who forged an empire with luxury, fame, and untamed bravado. Now, reduced to a mere echo of his former glory, a shadow of his past power. The glitzy lifestyle, the star-studded red carpets, the private jets, the wild, extravagant parties, all vanished. Now, he's confined to a freezing, grimy cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place where nightmares are said to come alive. But here's the real bombshell. It's not just the suffocating, oppressive conditions of prison life that have tongues wagging. It's the whispers, the murmurs, the shocking rumors swirling around Diddy's behavior, both within the cold confines of his cell and beyond those prison walls, that have the world in a frenzy, captivated by the explosive drama unfolding before their eyes.
Just incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent until proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we can debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent until proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent until proven guilty. When you have this much...
Let's begin with the most glaring shift, his appearance. Just months ago, Diddy was the epitome of living large, parading his wealth in Central Park, casually kicking a hacky sack with friends, exuding that trademark swagger. Fast forward, and the change is nothing short of staggering. Reports from his latest court appearance describe a man who looks drastically thinner, his once jet black hair now streaked with shades of gray. Elizabeth Milner, a journalist who was present at his pre-trial hearing, didn't mince words when she declared his transformation was nothing less than astonishing. She painted a stark image of a man who went from basking in the lap of luxury to struggling to hold himself together behind bars. Gone was the confident, unstoppable mogul, replaced by a man visibly worn down by the weight of his current reality. He appeared noticeably thinner, and it's clear that the confinement is starting to take its toll, she noted. And honestly, who wouldn't crack under the crushing pressure Diddy's facing now?
I mean, it's a legitimate concern. No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day. Oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes. Sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago it was the ankle bracelet, the ankle monitor.
But let's not be naive. This is about so much more than weight loss or a bad case of prison food. No, this story runs far deeper. Whispers are circulating that Diddy isn't refusing meals because of the notoriously dreadful conditions at MDC Brooklyn, but because he's living in constant fear. Fear of what, you ask? Poison. Yes, poison. According to former inmate and prison consultant Larry Levine, Diddy is reportedly turning down meals, terrified that someone might be plotting to kill him. He's made a lot of enemies, people who would love to see him gone, Levine said on a podcast. Imagine if someone on the outside has connections within the prison, over time, they could poison his food. It's not impossible. Think about it. Diddy isn't just any inmate. He's a high-profile target, someone who's crossed powerful people both personally and professionally. The serious charges against him, coercion, racketeering, and more, suggest a tangled web of dangerous figures who'd stop at nothing to silence him. Add to that the reputation of MDC Brooklyn, infamous for its brutal conditions and history of violence, and you have a powder keg of tension and insecurity. The stakes are high, and when you throw Diddy's celebrity status into the mix, it's no surprise he's gripped by paranoia. But is this fear justified, or just another layer of the drama?
It's interesting to me that with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him, is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend.
Observers at Diddy's court appearances haven't just been quick to notice his alarming physical decline, but also his increasingly erratic behavior. While his legal team adamantly insists that he's fit, healthy, and laser-focused on his defense, others aren't so convinced. Some argue that his refusal to eat, coupled with his drastic weight loss, points to much deeper issues, possibly even a struggle with his mental health. After all, being locked away under such intense public scrutiny would break anyone. And then there are the growing whispers about his alleged health problems, which we'll dive into shortly, but let's just say they're adding fuel to an already raging inferno. Now, let's get to the rumors that are truly turning heads. Word on the street is that Diddy's behavior behind bars has been, let's say, unconventional. Reports claim he's somehow managed to amass a group of loyal followers, other inmates so devoted to him that they're allegedly making his bed and catering to his every whim. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy, the man who once demanded the world at his feet, apparently still commands a crew of groupies, even in a federal detention center. But here's where things get even messier. These so-called groupies are reportedly bickering amongst themselves, fighting for his attention. Imagine that, grown men in a maximum security facility squabbling over who gets the honor of folding Diddy's sheets. It sounds almost too insane to be true, but in a story like this, nothing is off the table.
Well, Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
As if that wasn't enough, let's add the allegations surrounding Diddy's lifestyle choices into the mix. For years, rumors about his private life have swirled, but now those whispers are growing louder than ever. Some are claiming that his behavior behind bars is a direct reflection of the controversial actions he's been accused of on the outside, allegations of inappropriate conduct, toxic relationships, and much more, all being thrown into the spotlight with a blurry line between fact and fiction. Adding fuel to the fire, Jaguar Wright, a singer notorious for her blunt commentary on the music industry, has stepped in, claiming to know even darker secrets about Diddy. In a recent interview, she hinted that his alleged actions are just the beginning and promised to reveal even more jaw-dropping details on her upcoming show. Whether you choose to believe her or not, one thing is undeniable. Diddy's name is dominating headlines, but not in the way he once did. Of course, all this chaos raises pressing questions. How much of what's being said is true? Are these simply rumors fueled by his star power, or is there a much darker truth lurking beneath the surface? And let's not forget the looming legal drama. With his trial scheduled for May 2025, every single move Diddy makes is under intense scrutiny. His refusal to eat, the alleged paranoia, and his shocking physical transformation. All are being closely examined, not just by the public, but by those handling his case. Could this behavior be a calculated strategy to garner sympathy, or is it a genuine reaction to the overwhelming pressure bearing down on him?
Crazy, like I said before, they said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this.
And speaking of pressure, let's delve into the conditions at MDC Brooklyn. This is no ordinary prison. It's been described as one of the most deplorable detention centers in the country. Inmates have long spoken out about everything from squalid, unsanitary living conditions to restricted access to even the most basic necessities. The facility has a notorious history of violence, chronic understaffing, and even power outages that have left prisoners enduring freezing temperatures. Survival here doesn't just mean getting by. It means adapting to a harsh, relentless environment where every day is a struggle. For someone like Diddy, accustomed to a life of luxury and privilege, the contrast must be nothing short of shocking. Yet, despite the unimaginable circumstances, he's reportedly refusing to leave his cell. Whether driven by fear, defiance, or something far deeper, his refusal to engage with the outside world only deepens the mystery surrounding him.
They're going to try everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. You know, in a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution, because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
But let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. Diddy's legal battles are far from finished, and the allegations against him are nothing short of grave. The charges he faces could land him behind bars for decades if convicted. His legal team is fighting with everything they've got, but with each passing day, the situation becomes more tangled. And with so many rumors swirling around his behavior, his health, and his personal relationships, it's nearly impossible to distinguish truth from fiction. One thing is undeniable, though: this saga is far from over.
Every jail is bad. Some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail, is not your first argument. That's sort of the...
As the days pass, new revelations are inevitable, and the world will be watching intently to see how it all plays out. Will Diddy manage to clear his name and reclaim his throne in the music industry? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most legendary figures in the game? Only time will reveal the truth, but for now, the drama surrounding his incarceration shows no sign of slowing down. And if the rumors are even close to the truth, the real story could be even more shocking than what we've heard so far. Let's pick up exactly where we left off. All eyes are on Sean Diddy Combs. The saga of his incarceration, his alleged behavior, and his health continues to grow more bizarre with each passing day. If you thought the rumors were outrageous before, brace yourself. This next chapter is about to take things to a whole new level. Diddy's life behind bars has spiraled into a whirlwind of speculation, paranoia, and power struggles, painting a chilling portrait of a man not just fighting for his freedom, but for his very survival in ways no one could have predicted.
So the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment, as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Let's dive into the core of it: Diddy's refusal to eat. While some might dismiss it as a mere adjustment to the brutal realities of prison life, others are convinced there's something much darker at play. Sources close to the situation claim that Diddy's paranoia has escalated to alarming levels. He's reportedly convinced that someone is trying to poison him through his meals. And honestly, who could blame him? Given the enemies he's said to have, it's not hard to understand why he might feel like a target. Larry Levine, a former inmate-turned-prison consultant, didn't hesitate to speculate on Diddy's growing fears. What if someone on the outside has connections inside the prison? It's not impossible for something to be slipped into his food, slowly, over time, Levine said. Whether it's pure paranoia or a cautious response to very real threats, Diddy's refusal to eat has caused him to become visibly thinner, sparking even more rumors and concern about his health.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
Let's address the elephant in the room: Diddy's health. Whispers about his physical condition have been circulating ever since his arrest, and now those rumors are only growing louder. The latest speculation suggests that Diddy may be grappling with a serious illness, one that's reportedly worsened due to his time behind bars. Then, there's Jaguar Wright, the outspoken singer who has seemingly made it her personal mission to expose what she believes is the truth about Diddy. In a recent interview, she dropped a bombshell, hinting at something monumental, something that could shatter the carefully constructed image Diddy has spent years building. According to Jaguar, Diddy is allegedly battling a condition he's kept hidden for years. She even went so far as to say he's been confronting it head-on, a cryptic comment that has left fans and critics alike questioning what she really means.
Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
I've heard about the tapes.
Yes.
The shopping thing is.
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
But Jaguar didn't stop there. She went further, claiming that Diddy's situation isn't an isolated case, suggesting a much larger, hidden issue involving other high-profile figures. "I could name at least 20 others who are dealing with the same thing," she said, though she mysteriously refused to reveal any names. Instead, she teased that she would be exposing all the details on her upcoming show. Whether you choose to believe her or not, her bold remarks have only added another layer of intrigue to an already chaotic and unraveling story.
Probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at
Okay.
a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Meanwhile, inside the Metropolitan Detention Center, Diddy's behavior has raised serious concerns. Reports indicate that he's refusing to leave his cell, a decision that's stirring up chaos in his already complicated legal battles. Some believe it's a calculated move to stall the legal process, while others suspect it's a sign of his rapidly deteriorating mental state. Whatever the motivation, his refusal to engage has only added to the growing frustration of everyone involved. One source revealed that Diddy's legal team is struggling to communicate with him, citing his unwillingness to cooperate as a major hurdle. "It's like he's shutting down," the source said. "He's not just fighting the system, he's fighting himself." But let's not forget how all of this began: Diddy's legal troubles. The charges against him are explosive, casting a long, dark shadow over his once glittering career. Federal prosecutors allege that Diddy orchestrated elaborate schemes involving coercion and manipulation, accusations so severe that, if proven true, they could send him behind bars for decades. While his legal team maintains his innocence, the staggering weight of the allegations has left even his most loyal supporters questioning just how much they truly know about the man behind the music.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoot have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
Adding even more complexity to the case is the harsh environment Diddy now finds himself in. MDC Brooklyn has a reputation that precedes it, and not in a favorable way. Often described as hell on earth, the facility is notorious for its deplorable conditions, constant altercations, and lack of basic amenities. It's a world away from the luxury mansions and five-star hotels Diddy is accustomed to, and adjusting to this brutal reality has to be nothing short of brutal. Michael Cohen, a former inmate at a similar facility, painted a grim picture of what Diddy might be enduring. He's waking up on a steel bed with a thin mattress, no pillow, staring at concrete block walls, Cohen said. For someone who's built an empire on opulence and excess, the contrast must be jarring, to say the least. But here's where things take a darker turn. Rumors are swirling about Diddy's behavior behind bars, attracting attention for all the wrong reasons. Allegations of inappropriate conduct have surfaced, with some claiming that he's managed to maintain an aura of control, even in the confines of prison. Reports suggest he's surrounded himself with a group of loyal followers, other inmates who are allegedly vying for his approval in ways that range from bizarre to downright unsettling. One former inmate described the scene as unlike anything I've ever seen, claiming that Diddy's influence extends far beyond the walls of his cell. Whether true, or just another layer of speculation, the notion that Diddy could wield such power in a place like MDC Brooklyn is both chilling and fascinating. And then, there's the matter of his mental state. While his legal team continues to portray him as focused and determined, others aren't so sure. Sources inside the facility have described moments of apparent paranoia, with Diddy reportedly refusing to interact with other inmates or even step outside his cell. Some believe this behavior is a direct result of his alleged health issues, while others think it's a calculated move to shield himself from potential threats. Whatever the truth, it's clear that the man once known for his larger-than-life persona is now grappling with challenges that even his immense wealth and influence can't resolve.
I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on and watch.
As the trial date draws nearer, the world is left to wonder what the future holds for Sean Diddy Combs. Will he clear his name and rebuild his empire, or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most influential figures in music history? The questions seem endless, and the answers remain just out of reach. One thing is certain, though, this story is far from over. With each new revelation, the intrigue only deepens, leaving fans, critics, and onlookers alike eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this ever-evolving saga. And if the rumors are anything to go by, the Real story might be even more shocking than anyone could have ever imagined.
Some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshall's inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week.
As Diddy's story continues to unfold, the questions surrounding his behavior, health, and future become increasingly complex. Is his paranoia justified, or is there something deeper behind his actions? And what about the rumors of his alleged health issues? Could there be truth to Jaguar Wright's claims? The comments are open, so let us know what you think. Is Diddy's behavior a calculated move, or is he genuinely struggling under the immense pressure? Share your thoughts and theories, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this evolving saga. Until next time.